Hey there. I just had, to say this today. I was checking out, Twitter, and Sawyer Merritt had a little tweet, and it just got me thinking. And so maybe this will be interesting to you. This is Randy Kirk, and if you like my content, have you liked my videos in the past? Have you subscribed? You should be getting your notifications now, because this series that I just finished with Lars, where we're going to talk about each of the competitors, each of the auto companies. I think you're going to like that series. Okay. Also join Patreon. Let's get into it. So Sawyer Merritt puts out this little tweet, and it says that Rivian was down another 15% today, closing the day at a market cap of only 13 billion. Now, that means they were worth 15 billion yesterday. Now, that seems like a lot for a company that lost $6.8 billion last year and doesn't plan to make money. In fact, plans to lose another 4 billion next year. And I'm not sure if they plan to make money in 25 or not. I'm sorry, 24 or 25. But they definitely are planning to lose much more money over the years. And they just put out another capital raise. Or attempt anyway to raise capital. Moreover, a couple of years ago, the company was worth $100 billion when they actually didn't have any product yet. They weren't making any product. They just had, sketches. So I started looking at this, and I'm thinking to myself, and Tesla right now, the whole company at under $200 a share is worth 600 billion. Making 1.3 something million cars last year, and with 18%, 17%, something like that, operating profits, and with plans to grow 50% a year, and historical evidence of having done that. And that's just the cars. And then there's the semi-trucks and so many other things. So anyway, I started playing around. I couldn't help myself, and give me some comments if you would. You know how much I love your comments. I'd like you to comment on this. So we know about this Lathrop thing, this Lathrop factory that's creating these energy storage units. The capacity there is for 10,000 of these containers per year filled with batteries. Each one's worth about $2.2 million. So altogether, that would be about 22 billion in sales next year, with a profit of around 6 billion. So if we take that, see, $22 billion in sales compared to 1.7 billion in sales for Rivian, they have all these losses, and almost certainly Lathrop will make 6 billion. So how much more than 13 billion should Lathrop be worth? Could we agree that it might be worth the 100 billion that Rivian was worth when they didn't even have a product? And yet Lathrop is shipping and shipping and shipping, and has a backlog for 2 years worth of these products, and is planning to build yet another factory and add more capability and capacity. So 100 billion, we just said it's worth 100 billion out of the 600 billion that the company total is worth, maybe more compared to Rivian. I'm just saying. Okay, so then let's take another look. Okay, so Tesla has these Supercharger locations, about somewhere around 4,500 worldwide. There's 45,000 pumps, or 45,000 stanchions, and those are in operation already. Plans by the end of next year to have 100,000 of these in operation, and continue to grow at that rate over years and years and years. And that doesn't count the individual ones that are set up in apartment buildings, or in school parking lots and things like that. These are just the ones that are in Supercharger station, where you and I go to get the cars charged. So I'm just going to say, what if those? Let's just say each one of those stanchions does $100 a day. I think they do a lot more than $100 a day average, but let's just call it $100 a day. That would be $1.64 billion a year in revenue. Oh, that's about the same as Rivian. 1.7, 1.64. Oh, look at that. Oh, but Elon says that they plan to make 20 to 30% profit on these stations. So let's call that 300 million of profits now. That's this year. No, actually that's with existing position stuff in place, with more than double that for next year, which would be like 600 million or more in profit next year, maybe a lot more than that. And that's before they start putting on the solar panels and putting in the mega packs so that the electricity is free. So compared to Rivian at 13 billion, what should the value be of this up and going division of Tesla that is making a fortune, and will just continue to ramp year after year after year after year, and is getting some other money back from the government for some of this anyway? Should it be worth at least 13 billion? Would you say 15 billion, which was yesterday, or maybe it should be worth another 100 billion? Well, it shouldn't be worth as much as energy. Energy was multiple times of that. So if these superchargers are worth, let's say 50 billion, energy should be worth maybe 200 billion, don't you think, or 250? Because it's also going up in a, so I don't know. I just don't know what to think. Well, and then, well, Tesla is planning to make some Cybertrucks later this year. Yeah, they're going to make a few. I don't know how many they'll make this year. Troy Teslike has it at 2,000. I think they'll make way more than 2,000 Cybertrucks this year. Sorry, Troy, I love you, but 2,000? Based on historical evidence of what they've done with other ramps, they will make a lot more than 2,000 if they start making them sometime midsummer, which is the plan. And maybe that's being sandbagged. They're hiring people like crazy for this product. But let's say, forget what they make this year. Let's say they make 250,000 next year. And let's say that they're about 80,000 each, because, they're going to start at the very top. It could be a little less than that, but maybe not. Maybe it'll be more. Anyway, 250,000, blah, 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 at 80,000 each would be 20 billion in sales. Rivian at 1.7. Profits on those should be, first year, they should have profits because, they'll eat up all of the capital that was required to make that line and everything else. So I'm fairly confident they'll make about 4 billion in profits. So that would be another company that's kind of like the energy side, 20 billion, 4 billion. So should it be worth another 250 billion all by itself, 200 billion by itself, at least 100 billion? Okay, let's start adding this together then. If the charging stations are worth 50 and the Cybertrucks are worth 150, would that be fair? Rivian was worth 100 when they weren't making any product yet. They're not making any product yet, but we have 1.5 million backlog. So I don't know, 150 seems fair, 50, 150, that's 200. Should we give 200 to energy? That's 400. That doesn't count anything for insurance or, monthly SaaS or any of the other things that Tesla's doing. And it would leave 200 billion for the entire car division. Well, that doesn't seem right. In fact, none of this seems right, does it? So go figure. So I've been saying for a long time, they need to split off some of these divisions, because you're looking at a conglomerate, and conglomerates, the sum of the parts, it never adds up to what it should. So I don't know how you feel about my earlier calls to split off energy into its own division. Give us all of the stockholders would get stock in the equivalent amount that we have now. We would lose nothing. It's just that now the stock market would have to value the energy division for what it's worth as a going concern. And then split off the chargers, make that a separate company, and then that would have to be a separate concern, and the market would value it as such. And then, also the now Cybertrucks, I don't think we ought to divide that off, and that might get valued fully, but it certainly isn't getting valued fully yet, is it? In fact, I dare say that most of the analysts, even the ones that really get Tesla, probably aren't giving Cybertruck any value yet as they analyze the sales and profits for 23 and 24 and 25. I don't know, folks. The current price of 190 is a gift that keeps on giving to those of us who can find another 10 grand or 5 grand or 3 grand or maybe more to put into Tesla. I am not an investment advisor and I can't give you investment advice. I'm just saying. Hey, it's been great talking to you.